Custom Kingdom Hearts content has always given me a full chub. Sorry to bring that to your guys' attention, I just thought I'd let you know. The modding space for the Kingdom Hearts community is one of the more impressive spaces for the Kingdom Hearts community just because of the absolute incredible work that some of these people do. Now, obviously here on the channel I've covered custom Kingdom Hearts content, mods, hacks, pretty much ever since starting this whole Kingdom Hearts thing, and the rate in which these mods have improved and the amount of work and effort that these people in the community have been putting into the hacking and modding side of Kingdom Hearts games over the past few years is insanely impressive. Now, specifically when we're talking about custom Kingdom Hearts content, mods, hacks, whatever, it generally steers more towards Kingdom Hearts 2, considering that that game is obviously playable on PC through the use of PCSX2, which has made stuff like making custom content and hacks a little bit more easier. Of course, Kingdom Hearts is a franchise that has never made its way to the PC platform, and if it ever does at some stage in the future, it'll mean things like custom content will be easier to execute. But this is why I have such massive respect for the mod community when it comes to Kingdom Hearts, because to create mods and hacks and whatnot for these games isn't exactly the easiest thing to execute, considering these games still to this day remain on consoles. Making custom content for console-based games isn't as easy as if the game was actually on PC. The ramp up though for Kingdom Hearts modding over the past, I would say more so 3 years, has just been mind-boggling. Stuff like brand new playable characters with completely new movesets for the likes of Kingdom Hearts 2 with custom items and boss fights and whatnot. I'm talking about Zad's incredible Vanitas mod, as well as his incredible Aqua mod. Last year we saw progression towards custom maps for Kingdom Hearts 2, being able to import completely new playable spaces. And of course, not to mention Sonic Shadow Silver's incredible randomizer that has just absolutely picked up over the past year. It's become a massive thing within content creation for Kingdom Hearts. So yeah, when we look at the modding and hacking side of Kingdom Hearts, recently it has been absolutely awesome. But today I wanted to talk about some custom modding, hacking stuff, all that grooky stuff to do with Kingdom Hearts 3, because over the past couple of months, while I've been on my hiatus, it's ramped up quite a bit. Now, we have actually covered some Kingdom Hearts 3 hacking in the past via the use of save file editing, which pretty much up until about the end of last year was really the only way to see some kind of hacking stuff to do with Kingdom Hearts 3. But thanks to a user known as Lusao, I'm hoping I didn't butcher the shit out of that, my bit, he has gone ahead and created sort of like a debug menu for Kingdom Hearts 3, which has allowed some of these guys in the hacking community to come up with some really interesting, cool stuff. And the rate in which Kingdom Hearts 3 hacking has been progressing is really impressive, especially over the past sort of few months. So today I thought I would show some of you guys this content, because I feel like there's only so many people that are seeing this at the moment. A lot of this is over on Twitter, and I just feel as if I don't share this, there's going to be some people who are missing out. You guys need your eyes glued to this shit. It is hilarious. There is some good stuff here. So without further ado, let's just dive into this. Now, the user's content that I am covering today comes from the 13th Vessel. You guys should know him. We've covered a lot of his content here on the channel before. Lusao, of course, obviously, as well as Exiblade 7. These guys have some really, really cool custom Kingdom Hearts 3 content going on. And if this is the sort of stuff that interests you guys, please do check out their channels. I'm going to leave links to them in the description and down below. The first slice we have right here is from the 13th Vessel, a custom Kingdom Hearts 3 boss fight, Aqua vs Terra Xehanort, a recreated fight, of course, from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, the final episode, where Aqua and Terra Xehanort face off in the Radiant Garden sort of courtyard area. This is being recreated completely in KH3 using the Terra Xehanort fight from Kingdom Hearts 3 Reminds, and of course we have playable Aqua right here. Thanks to Remind introducing the data greeting mode, it meant that we were able to access an actual courtyard area of Radiant Garden with collision. The thing that intrigues me the most though about this little mod hack is the actual skybox. You'll notice that here in Radiant Garden in the mod, it is all dark and gloomy. Now, if my memory serves me correctly, Radiant Garden throughout Kingdom Hearts 3, whenever we do see it in cutscenes or of course in Remind, does have just the standard Radiant Garden daytime skybox. So it seems as if the 13th vessel has added a nice little attention to detail piece with changing the skybox to a dark, gloomy looking skybox. I don't think this is custom, rather just sort of replaced with another skybox that was lying around in the files or something. Would probably make the most sense. But obviously in the actual scenario in Birth by Sleep's final episode, where we are actually in this boss fight, yes, the skybox in Radiant Garden is all dark and gloomy. So nice little touch right there. Also, I just love how he's presented this mod hack. With like the intro segment, he could have just straight showed us the gameplay, but no, he actually chucked in some cinematics and whatnot. It really helped sell the feeling of this being recreated in Kingdom Hearts 3. Speaking of custom boss fights though, let's move over to one that Lusao put together, and that is a Vanitas versus Ventus fight. Lusao has actually figured out how to play as party members, which gets me so damn excited. I remember seeing this back in the day with action replay codes with Kingdom Hearts 2, where people were able to actually just play as, you know, like Simba or like Mulan or any sort of party member with basic attacks and whatnot, of course, but it's still a really cool thing to see now with Kingdom Hearts 3, obviously. Ventus is, for the most part, fully playable. The moveset is, of course, going to be limited as it is a party member, but he's recreated the Ventus versus Vanitas fight from Birth by Sleep in Kingdom Hearts 3. You love to fucking see it. Hell, he even managed to pull off playing as Donald. He did mention in the description of this video that it's still very limited, and like pulling off certain moves will end up soft locking the game. I mean, like, look at this. This is beautiful. My god. We have a model swap right here of Vanitas, so of course swapping Sora's player model for that of Vanitas's works pretty well, considering Vanitas is just a carbon copy of Sora, but with the emo style going on. Here it would appear that the 13th vessel is asking for Sora's anal glands to be rinsed, as, well, is spawned through a fair amount of Yazoras. Yeah, no thank you. I would rather put bamboo underneath my toenail and kick the door than have to fucking deal with that. And just in case you guys wanted to see multiple Yazoras in action, thanks to Lusao, here we have Kairi in Twilight Town with 4 Yazoras, and we can see, yes, again, I would rather put bamboo underneath my toenail. The user that goes by the name of Exablade7 has a lot of custom boss-based content where it's playing as a different character aside from Sora, versing off against the boss. Here we have Kairi versus the Dark Inferno. It was a little bit of a letdown in Reminds that we only got to play as the extra playable characters when looking specifically at Kairi and Roxas in very brief moments. Obviously for Kairi right at the end facing off against Xehanort, and then Roxas when facing off against Xemnas. Because of the movesets that both of these characters have, I just really would have enjoyed a little bit more game time with them, not just specifically versing off against the boss, but to be able to run around maybe like a field battle with a bunch of Heartless and Nobodies, just to be able to tinker around with these movesets a little bit more. So it's cool to see in the modding space right now that we've got people doing like little custom battles where you're playing as Kairi versing off against different organization data fights and other bosses. And the same can also be said with Roxas as well as Riku. I highly recommend you guys check out Exablade's content, as he has a lot of videos playing as these extra additional playable characters, versing bosses they shouldn't be versing. As soon as we were let known about these additional playable characters for the Remind DLC, the number one thing that first hit me was, oh yeah, the modding community are most certainly going to be able to figure out how to get these characters into different spaces eventually. It's taken a little while. I know the procedure has been a little bit tricky to figure out, but we're now at that point. Fantastic stuff to see. The 13th vessel finally figured out how to make swimmable water in Scala. So yes, finally, the residents of Scala can now dip their toes without falling into the pure abyss. Thought I'd just add this one in because it's pretty cool. In case you guys didn't know, if you go out of bounds in Scala, which is obviously all of the water that surrounds all of the islands, there's no like collision with the water, so you don't end up swimming or diving or whatever. You'll just fall straight through it. So the 13th vessel actually added collision to the water in Scala, which I thought was pretty impressive. Speaking about water, the 13th vessel managed to get the fucking boat from Pirates of the Caribbean sail it through the cosmos, and arrived in the Kingdom of Corona. Yes, this is literally the pirate ship being used in the Kingdom of Corona. See, this is what I'm saying. If you didn't know about this, you would have been hard missing out. This is content right here, fellas. Not only that, but 13th Vessel also sailed his boat from Kingdom of Corona over to Scala. Seeing the boat being used in Scala looks very, very cool, especially sailing sort of through all of the man-made islands. Very nice. However, Lusao was like, fuck it, I'm taking this boat to the other side, into the parallel universe. I'm going to use this boat to take down Yozora. Yes, this video is literally showing us the boat versus Yozora. It does seem as if Shibuya has been hit with a tidal wave. Is this the Master of Masters doing? Is this part of his grand scheme? This content is actually top tier though. Keep this up, fellas. It seems as if the 13th Vessel has been force-feeding Sora a whole bunch of protein powder and creatine. That boy do be tall. That really is a whole lot of Sora. Chonkus monkus. Meanwhile, if one Cyberpunk 2077 rock troll on the San Francisco fucking Golden Gate Bridge wasn't enough, Exeblade 7 decided it would be a good idea to bring the entire existence of the Cyberpunk 2077 rock troll into the city streets of San Francisco. Okay, he's still going. Still going. I'm expecting the PlayStation 4 to blow up any second now, but no, it's holding on. Impressive. Getting about 3 frames a second here. Very nice. Yeah, I don't think the police department's gonna be too happy about this one. I don't even know if I can make a joke about this one because this is just too fucking hilarious. Oh, it's great, dude. This is fantastic. You know, when I look at this, I was really hoping that, like, for the 10,000 Heartless fight in KH3, it would be like this, not with multiple of the same character running around. That would cause a brain aneurysm, though this is Kingdom Hearts, so it's not out of the realm of possibility to have 100 Soras running around the place smacking a few monkeys over the noggin. But yeah, I was really hoping that we'd have all of the Guardians collectively running around smacking, you know, enemies and whatnot. We didn't get that. But the final thing that I wanted to share with you guys, which I think is probably the most exciting thing to see, is custom maps for Kingdom Hearts 3. Lusao has pulled off what was previously the unthinkable and has actually managed to import a custom map into Kingdom Hearts 3. An untextured one at this point, but still, ladies and gentlemen, this is a custom playground to jump around in. My god, the possibilities right here. And it's not just any custom playground. This is actually Traverse Town. Yes, Lusao has an untextured version of what looks like an uncompleted Traverse Town imported into Kingdom Hearts 3. Some pretty mind-boggling stuff. Definitely keep your eyes close to this space right here. I would say over the sort of coming months, we're going to see a lot of progression towards the whole custom map thing for KH3. But that is essentially it, guys. Just some modding and hacking shenanigans for Kingdom Hearts 3. I thought I would bring all of this stuff to your guys' attention just to let you know that the modding space for KH3 is progressing extremely nicely. Although I know a lot of it at this point is just sort of shenanigan-based stuff with playing as different characters in different areas, custom boss fights, and other wacky type things. This is some really crazy stuff to see this soon after Kingdom Hearts 3's release. The modding community for Kingdom Hearts seems like it's only expanding from here on out, and I think it's important that more of the community know exactly what's going on in this space, just considering the amount of hard work and effort that goes into it. As I said, guys, I'm going to leave the wonderful creators who brought these hacks, mods, and shenanigans to fruition in the description down below. Please check them out and show them some love. Alright, guys, I'm Cynical. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day, and I'll catch you sexy gooses in the next one. Peace.